I didn't want them to find out that I'm an imposter who's sort of skittered under the line of the system for a long time. All right, so today I want to talk about 5 things that I learned in my first year as a product manager at Google. Why should you give a hoot about anything that I learned? I think if you're a new or even an experienced product manager and you've dealt with things like crushing imposter syndrome, early burnout, swimming in a sea of confusion, not thinking you're good enough, that's kind of dark. This video will hopefully be able to help you. Lesson 1, be patient with yourself. One of the first things that I felt after the excitement of getting a new job wore off was the crushing expectations that I had on myself to perform and start making an impact right away. You're going to be inundated with new acronyms, orgs, products, architecture. I personally felt very inadequate that I was unable to grasp it super fast. Guess what? These things, they can't be learned in a week or a month, even within a year. You're not bad at your job. This stuff just takes time and it'll all work out. Lesson 2, be a product anthropologist. By this, I mean, seek to understand why things are the way they are. Whether it's a product, a feature that's supported, previous decisions that were made, dig a little bit deeper and ask the dumb questions to understand. I felt a lot of apprehension towards doing this because I didn't want to look stupid. But really, I noticed this is something that some of my best colleagues do. They don't take any decision for granted. They dig a lot deeper. And by understanding why, you can often come to really useful and surprising insights. Lesson 3, perfect is the enemy of good. Write this on your wall. Say this in the mirror to yourself. Being new, you're going to have a temptation to blow people away with your work. Unfortunately, what this is going to lead to is procrastination by perfection. You want to do another coat of paint on the deck. You want to do another draft of the doc. Oh God, is this all that I spend my time doing? You're gonna want it to be fully fleshed out before you seek feedback. Don't do that. It's a trap. I love the Paul Valéry quote of a poem is never finished, it is only abandoned. And even though we're not writing poetry, we simply must abandon our work, get it in front of other people, get the feedback, and get on to the next one. Lesson 4, feedback is the way. I felt very scared to request feedback from others. I think, again, I just felt that the work that I was doing was subpar and I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want them to find out that I'm an imposter who's sort of skittered under the line of the system for a long time. But here's the secret, a delightful result of you asking for people's inputs is that the shape of your work will naturally expand to represent not just your thought, but the entire network thought of everybody in your working group. Said another way, getting that feedback is how you get alignment. It's a way to really influence without authority. At the end, your document or deck or whatever it isn't just better, but it also represents a group opinion that you've now had an outsized hand in shaping and influencing. So get the feedback early. Lesson 5. Own the whole thing. At a huge company like Google, there are a billion working pieces for any given part of the product lifecycle. And when I was hired, I was very scared because I didn't know who owned what. I didn't want to be the new person stepping on a bunch of toes. That led to me stepping back and shying away sometimes from setting up meetings, driving conversations, decisions, and things like that. What I learned is own everything. What does ownership mean here? I really mean 2 things. One is caring deeply about every part of the process. Even if it's something seemingly owned by another team, like you're writing the terms and services for a product, right? It would be easy to just pass that off to legal and not care, but care deeply about it. Number 2, take accountability for it getting done. Even if it is on that other team, that accountability will actually reduce stress. I'm gonna give you one more, and it's about imposter syndrome, okay? You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel like a faker. Like we all feel like this. This is really huge. I know it's really big at Google, but it's also a huge part of any role that you're in at any company. And I just wanna say, you're not an imposter. You're amazing at what you do, but we do all feel it. We're in this together. So don't worry about it. Try to let it go. And your job is just one part of your life, okay? That's it, y'all. If any of these lessons resonated with you, leave a comment. Let me know what worked. If you have some lessons that you learned in your first year, second year, put it in the comments so we can all learn and be better. Hopefully this was helpful. See you next time. Peace.